Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Today we will discuss a shloka from the 13th chapter of Bhagavad-gita. 13th chapter, 14th shloka. Yes, Karthik and Kamakshi. Sarvatah panipadam tat. Sarvatok. Okay, this is a simple shloka. We'll just go line by line. Sarvatah panipadam tat. Sarvatokshis. Yeah.
Sarvata shruti malloke sarvamavritya tishthati.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, Sri Lakshmi, you can recite first line 3 times. Sarvatah panipadam tat.
Sarvata panipadam tat. Sarvata panipadam tat. Sarvata panipadam tat.
Okay. Hasni, second line. Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvato shishiro mukam. Sarvato shishiro mukam. Sarvato shishiro mukam. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Divya Krishna, third line. Sarvatah shruti malloke.
Sarvata shruti malloke. Sarvata shruti malloke. Sarvata shruti malloke. Can I say the full shloka?
Later. Sarvamavritya tishtati.
Sarvamavritya tishtati. Sarvamavritya tishtati. Sarvamavritya tishtati. Hare Krishna.
Now full shloka. Uma Mataji. Sarvatah panipadam tat.
Sarvatah panipadam tat. Sarvatokshi siromukam. Sarvatah sriti malloke. Sarvam avritya tishtati.
Jahnavi.
Sarvat Dandavat pranams Prabhuji.
Dandavat. Recite.
Sarvata panipadam tat.
Sarvatah panipadam tat.
Sarvata panipadam tat.
Sarvatokshishiro mukham.
Sarvatokshishiro mukam.
Sarvatah shruti malloke.
Sarvata shishimaloke. Sarvam avritya
Tishtati. Okay, thank you. Riyansh.
Sarvata panipadam tat. Sarvatokshi shiromukam. Sarvata shrutimaloke. Sarvam avritya tishtati.
Very good. Dharana Mahesh Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sarvatapani padam tat sarvatokshi shiro mukam sarvatah shritu malloke sarvam avritya tishtati.
Okay. Chinmayi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshi shiromukham sarvatah shruti malloke sarvam avritya tishtati. Thank you.
Next, Yashoda.
Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshi shiromukham sarvatah shruti malloke sarvam avritya tishtati. Hare Krishna.
Okay, next. Yes, Hasni.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvato shishiro mukam sarvata smriti maloke sarvam
Avritya tishtati.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Divya Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshi shiro mukham sarvatah shruti malloke sarvam avritya tishtati.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Raji. Dandvat pranam.
Kirtanya Gaura.
Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshi shiromukam sarvatah shruti malloke sarvam avritya tishtati.
Okay, nice. And anyone else here? Sarla Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandat Pranam. सर्वता पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरो मुखं सर्वता श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् अव्यस्य तिष्ठति. Thank you,
Is it
Prabhuji.
our Prabhu?
सर्वता पाणिपादन्त सर्वतो शिशिरो मुखं सर्वता श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति.
Okay, next Ganesh sir.
सर्वता पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरो मुखं सर्वता श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति. हरे कृष्ण.
Finally, Karthik Kamakshi together.
सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरो मुखं सर्वतो श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति.
Okay.
कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hari Hari. So we will discuss the meaning of this shloka. Sarvataha means everywhere. Pani means hands. Padam means legs. Sarvataha Pani Padam Tat means the Supreme Lord in his form as Super Soul has his hands and legs everywhere. So in this current shloka, in the 13th chapter, Krishna is describing the qualities of his expansion, the Super Soul, the Paramatma form. Okay. However, some of these qualities are applicable to the other forms of the Lord also. We will see. Sarvataha Panipadam Tat. The Lord has his hands and legs everywhere. Sarvato Akshi Shiro Mukham. Akshi means eyes. Shira means head. Then Mukham means face. So Sarvato Akshi Shiro Mukham. The Lord has his eyes, heads and faces everywhere. Third line. Sarvataha Shrutimalloke. Shruti means ears. So the Lord has ears everywhere. And Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. He's all pervading. Avritya means he's everywhere. He's all pervading. Everything is under his vicinity and his supervision. Right? So the Lord has unlimited hands, legs, eyes, heads, faces, ears everywhere, means that he can do anything while being at one place, because he has hands everywhere. Say you're sitting in your house, you're sitting on your sofa, and someone tells you to switch on the TV, for example. Okay, the remote of the TV is somewhere on the table. It's like 10 feet ahead of you. So your hand is with you on the sofa where you're sitting, but the remote is 10 feet away. So your hand cannot extend there, right? You have to get up, walk 10 feet, and then pick up that remote, because your hand is at one place, not everywhere. But the Supreme Lord has hands everywhere. Okay. So now you are sitting in your room looking in one direction. In the next room, something else is happening. You don't know, because your eyes are in this room only. Your eyes are in the next, not in the next room. You don't have eyes everywhere. But the Lord can see that what is happening in this room, the next room, in this planet, the other planet, and in all the universes, and in the minds of all the living beings, right? He has eyes everywhere. He has hands everywhere. He has legs everywhere. Okay. You're walking in one direction, you can reach one destination. Your legs are there, means you're not there in the other place. You're in Bangalore, means you're not there in Mumbai. But the Lord can be there simultaneously in Bangalore, Mumbai, America, Andaman, Africa, everywhere he can be there. Right? He has ears everywhere. So you're hearing something. Now you're hearing this Gita Ratnamala session. Okay. Someone is speaking to you. You cannot hear that. Or someone else is speaking in another city. You cannot hear that. Only when you click on this Zoom link, okay, and you tune to this frequency and you choose to hear something, you hear that. There are multiple Zoom links on the universe at this moment. Right? Many people are having their Zoom sessions. Because you have accessed this Zoom link, you are hearing this 13th chapter of Bhagavad-gita. But you are unable to understand or hear what's happening in all the other Zoom sessions, hundreds and thousands of Zoom sessions that are happening parallelly now at this moment, right? Because you don't have ears everywhere. But the Lord has ears everywhere. So this is the difference between an ordinary soul and the super soul. The Lord has hands, legs, ears, heads, faces everywhere, right? So just like sun exists at one place. So one more thing is, just because the Lord has his hands, legs, etc. everywhere, Does it mean that he has no personal existence at one place? Because he's all pervading, he's everywhere. That does it mean that he's nowhere? He doesn't have one localized place. He does not have one standard place to stay. No. Goloka eva nivasatya khilatma bhuto. The Lord stays in Vaikuntha. The Lord stays in Goloka. The Lord stays in the spiritual world. But while being in the spiritual world, he is everywhere. Right? His hands and his legs and his eyes and all his limbs and senses are everywhere. Just like sun exists in the sky, diffusing his rays, his shine, his light, his heat. But you can see the sun from the place where you are, and I can see the sun from the place where I am. So one sun, he is felt, his presence is felt by people at multiple places, right? So what does that mean? Sun is at one place, but he's everywhere also. You can see sun in Bangalore also, you can see sun in Tirupati also, you can see sun in Delhi also, you can see sun in Mumbai also. Everywhere sun is there. If sun can be visible everywhere, why can't the super soul be existent everywhere? Goloka eva nivasatya khilatma bhuto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhujami. Although the Lord is always engaged in his divine pastimes in the spiritual world, yet he is personally present in the material world also through his expansions. So Prabhupada gives an important line. Yesterday also we were discussing this one point. So we know this shloka, right? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. If someone offers the Lord a flower or a fruit or a leaf or water, the Lord accepts, right? So if the Lord is there in Goloka, if the Lord is there in Vaikuntha, how can he accept the little water or flower that you are offering here? Right? It's very difficult, right? For the Lord to extend his hand from there to accept your little offering. But it's not difficult. It seems difficult for us. For us it is difficult, not for the Lord. So the Lord is omnipotent. He can extend his hand anywhere and everywhere to accept all kinds of offerings that are made by his loving devotees, right? So the Lord is omnipotent and omnipresent and omniscient. He understands everything. He understands what is there within the hearts of all living beings, right? He reciprocates with the feelings, the moods and the needs and the deeds of all living beings everywhere. So he need not, he has no restrictions, right? So now this whole description could also resemble the description of the super soul, of the Vishwarupa, the universal form. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad-gita, we have seen Aneka Bahudara Vaktra Netram Pashyamitvam Sarvato Anantarupam. The Lord has Anantarupa. The Lord has unlimited hands and legs and eyes and faces everywhere. So that form, the display of universal form is put in front of Arjuna. So Arjuna was able to see Vishwarupa with thousands of hands, thousands of legs, thousands of faces, thousands of eyes, thousands of bellies, thousands of hands, thousands of legs. So now that is Vishwarupa. Now super soul is being described. Paramatma is being described. So are both the same? No. So Paramatma is spiritual, Vishwarupa is material. So it's a material form of the Lord. So basically in Vishwarupa, we see that everything present in the entire universe is displayed at one place as part of the Lord's body, right? That is Vishwarupa. In the 11th chapter, we discussed that. Okay. Now, here is super soul who acts on a much deeper level, right? So Vishwarupa is all pervading in space and in time, but super soul is all pervading in the hearts of all living beings, right? So Vishwarupa's pervasion, all pervading nature, is in the space, material space, and the time, okay, that causes material effects. But here is super soul who is all pervading within the hearts of all living beings. Okay. So the Lord stays within the hearts of all living beings, and he can reciprocate with the moods and needs of deeds of people in various ways. Now, this also means the Lord's all pervading nature. He has hands and legs and eyes everywhere. This also means that the Lord has his representatives everywhere through whom he executes his mission. So why does the Lord come? there are three purposes for the Lord's appearance here. Who will say the three purposes? Karthik, you know, what are the three purposes for the Lord's appearance in this world?
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय.
So, yes.
The pious, to destroy the sinful, and to re-establish dharma.
Okay, right. So these are the three purposes. So the Lord personally executes with his own hands and legs these three purposes, right? Protecting the virtuous, punishing the vicious, and establishing dharma. These three purposes are executed by the Lord personally, right? But the Lord also executes this mission through his devotees also. Here, Krishna is not personally killing Duryodhan, Dushyasan, Karna, Shakuni, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra. He is allowing Bhima and Arjuna to do that. So, Bhima and Arjuna are like instruments in Krishna's hands. You know that Shloka? Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Arjuna, you please accept the credit of killing all the warriors in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Right? You accept that credit. Or I will empower you with the necessary intelligence and ability to destroy all the warriors in the Kurukshetra battle. But credit goes to you. Empowerment is from Krishna. Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. You get up and you attain the fame of being the hero of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but I will do everything. So Krishna is saying that you are my instrument. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachi. So when I make a signature, the pen is making the signature, but pen is just an instrument in my hands, right? Pen itself cannot make the signature, okay? The pen has no ability to make the signature. So with my hand, I make the signature using this pen. Similarly, Krishna may empower a devotee to execute his mission. So the devotee acts as a limb of Krishna, an instrument in Krishna's hands. So the devotee also is representative of Krishna and is considered a part of Krishna. We are all parts of Krishna, right? Mama ivamsho jiva loke jiva bhutas sanatanaha. We are parts and parcels of Krishna, isn't it? So Arjuna is also part and parcel of Krishna in that sense, right? So in that way, when Krishna says that my hands are everywhere, my legs are everywhere, his devotees are everywhere. His representatives are everywhere. Through him, he works, he functions, he establishes dharma, he kills unrighteous people, he protects devotees. So the devotees act as Krishna's hands and legs. So ultimately, all of us are parts of Krishna's body. Secondly, devotees, especially who have this consciousness of being parts of Krishna's body or being representatives of Krishna's will, being servants of Krishna, they act as his hands and legs. They act as his eyes. So devotee sees. That is as good as the Lord sees. Okay. So in this way, when Krishna says that I have my hands and legs everywhere, it also means that he has his representatives and servants everywhere. His energies everywhere. We are all energy of Krishna. So Krishna appoints his energies. Krishna also expands himself as different incarnations. Right? Through the eyes and hands and legs of incarnations, he executes so many things. So now, this verse also should inform us that although God may be invisible to us, we can never be invisible to him. When our consciousness is not proper, then we can't see Krishna. So with our material senses, we cannot see Krishna, isn't it? But if our senses, material senses, are engaged in Krishna's service and are spiritualized, then with that spiritual senses, we will be able to see Krishna. But in the material position, in the conditioned state, it may be difficult for us to see Krishna. We can only see Krishna's deity form, which is not different from Krishna, of course. But Krishna is also called Adhokshaja. Ataha Sri Krishna Namadi Nabhavev Grahyam Indriyaihi Sevon Mukhehe Jihvado Swayameva Spuratyada. So, with our material senses, blunt material senses, dull senses, we cannot access Krishna. But if you engage these senses in Krishna's seva, Krishna will be visible to us, right? But whether we are in liberated state or conditioned state, Krishna can always see us. In our conditioned state, we cannot see Krishna, but in our liberated state, we can see Krishna. But whether we are in conditioned state or liberated state, Krishna can always see us, right? So it's like the Lord has eyes everywhere. He can see everything. My eyes can see my hands, right? I'll just give this example. My eyes can see my hands. Can the hands see my eyes? Can the hand see the eye? Eye can see the hand, but hand cannot see the eye. Similarly, Krishna can see everybody, but everybody cannot see Krishna. Everybody is a part of Krishna's body, but everybody does not have the ability. Everyone is not equipped with the necessary ability to see Krishna always, right? Because Krishna reserves his right not to reveal himself to everyone. What is that shloka? Naham prakashah sarvasya yoga maya samavritah. Then Kunti's prayers, Maya Javanika Channam Agnad Hokshajamavyam. There are unlimited references. But point is, he can see us. We cannot see him always. So God may be invisible to us, but we can never be invisible to him because he has his hands and legs everywhere. So nothing can remain hidden from Krishna. You cannot hide anything. You cannot hide even your intentions, your desires from Krishna, your conceptions and your perceptions from Krishna. Krishna knows everything. But one thing is, if Krishna knows everything, he has his hands and legs everywhere, just like you keep CC cameras everywhere. Why CC cameras are kept everywhere? The head security in the campus, right? He has his cabin where he has a big screen, and he may have installed 30 or 40 CC cameras everywhere in the campus at prime spots where there's a lot of footfall, where people are walking. So the camera is displayed on his big screen. 30 screens are there. Okay, what's happening at gate number 7? What's happening at gate number 10? What's happening in the entrance? What's happening in the background? What's happening in so-and-so office? What's happening in the accounts section? So he sees everything like a super soul. Okay, the CC camera is like the eyes of the security, head security. Okay, everywhere. I have my hands and legs everywhere. As soon as he sees something gadbad happening in one camera, he will immediately come there. But Krishna doesn't need CC cameras, right? Krishna doesn't need wiring. So he can be personally present everywhere because he has hands and legs everywhere. But a security officer may install CC cameras everywhere to do policing, to catch people doing wrong things, isn't it? But why Krishna installs his CC cameras everywhere? Why Krishna has his hands and legs everywhere? Does he have a desire to do policing, right? Is he into policing us, or just is very excited to catch us doing something wrong so that he can punish us? No. He is having great love for us, right? He loves us, just like mother keeps track of where the child is. When the child is very small, infant, baby, so mother constantly keeps track. Where is he crawling? Where is baby crawling? So baby is there in mother's lap. Sometimes the baby will go and then crawl here and put something in the mouth and then go to some strangers or go to the balcony. From there he may fall off. You don't know. Mother's eyes are everywhere, surrounding the child. Similarly, Krishna being the supreme mother, supreme father, he also keeps his eyes on every single living being who is his child, right? Out of love, out of affection. And what exactly is his purpose? When the child is doing something wrong, what does the mother do? Mother will immediately come and stop. Similarly, the super soul has eyes everywhere. Whenever he sees his children doing something wrong, so he immediately gives a signal from within that it's wrong. So basically, the Lord helps us to overcome our lower nature. That is his causeless love. So he's not into policing, right? Although he has his hands and legs everywhere, he has his eyes everywhere, he sees everything that we do. His intention is not just to catch us doing something wrong so that he can punish us. And it's not like he's a sadist who takes pleasure in punishing his children, right? Pinching children. That's not his intention. He wants to help us. He wants to correct us, right? He wants to show us the right path, right? That's why he keeps his hands and legs everywhere. Further, Krishna's presence everywhere. Krishna's being present everywhere should also give two indications to us, two lessons to us, or invoke two kinds of feelings in us. Okay, one is caution, second is assurance. So because Krishna is everywhere, Krishna's eyes and hands and legs are everywhere. Krishna can see anything that we do. We should have that caution note. I may do something wrong, secretly, okay, incognito. Okay, I may do something wrong, invisible to the eyes of other people around us, but we cannot hide what we are doing in front of Krishna. So, knowing this shloka that Krishna's hands and eyes are everywhere should give us a caution note that let me not do anything wrong. Although nobody is watching me, Krishna is watching me. Say I want to steal something from someone else's bag, someone else's house. Like somebody may may be very expert in stealing. He may wear a black dress so that he's invisible, right? He may wear, what is that? They put some oil so that even if someone catches them, they can slip, the hands can slip. Like some different ideas are there. Thieves have these ideas. So they may want to hide their stealing activities from people in this world, but they cannot hide from Krishna. So that's why these statements in the scripture should give human beings a caution note that God is always watching you. Krishna is always watching you. Don't do any nonsense, right? That is caution note. Second is assurance, reassurance, confidence. How? Sometimes we may do something good, nobody recognizes it because people in this world do not have eyes everywhere, hands everywhere, heart everywhere, right? They focus on few things only. We may do something very good, very nice, very beautiful, but nobody recognizes us, nobody appreciates us, nobody recognizes our good intentions. We may feel sometimes disappointed. Does it happen sometimes with you? Right? You did something good, people misunderstood you, or people did not recognize your efforts, people did not appreciate you, people sidelined. It happens sometimes, but we can be assured that although no one in this world has recognized my efforts, recognized my good work, Krishna always recognizes because he has eyes everywhere. He is seeing me doing good work. He is seeing me doing bad work also. Although people in this world may not punish me for the nonsense that I have done, Krishna will punish because he has his eyes everywhere. All the people in this world may not reward me for doing something good. Krishna will reward me because he has his eyes everywhere. So, Krishna's omnipresence and omnipotence should give us a caution note and also should give us an assurance. Okay. Then one last point before we conclude is that, I went to the next sloka. So we need to understand that it is out of love that Krishna is keeping track of everything that we do. Okay. God is not a person who is just into punishing people when they do some mischief, but he's also into inspiring people to reunite with him. Okay. And he's also into reciprocating with people who try to connect with him in different moods. Right. So all these shlokas should reveal the Lord's love, care, and reciprocal nature more than his being a strict punisher or being observant, not giving us freedom, not like that, but they should just inspire a love, how much he cares for us, how much he loves us. Right? When the mother is constantly observing the activities of a young infant child, that is out of her care and love. Similarly, Krishna also keeps a track of everything that we do so that he can reciprocate with our moods and needs and deeds appropriately. Okay, these are a few thoughts on this shloka. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad-gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, one more round of recitations. Someone can recite. Chinmayi, you can recite.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshishirommukham sarvatah shrutimaloke sarvamavritya tishtati. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vaishnavi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Sarvatah panipadat sarvatokshishirommukham sarvatah shrutimaloke sarva avritya tishtati.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, can I recite Riyansh?
Yes, Riyansh. That's why I muted you.
Sarvata paniparam tat sarvatokshi shiromukam sarvata shrimanloke sarvamavritya tishtati. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Then Vrinda Mataji.
Yes,
प्रभुजी हरे कृष्ण सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतः श्रीमुखं शिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वतो शिशिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठति थैंक यू प्रभुजी हरे कृष्ण
थैंक यू ऐशिता सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत्
पाणिपादं तत्
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम्
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम्
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम्
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं
वेरी गुड सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके
सर्वथा श्रीमतिर्लोके
सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठति
सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठति थैंक यू हरे कृष्ण
थैंक यू टीआर कृष्णन प्रभु unmute yourself okay दिव्य कृष्ण सर्वतः
सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठति can I share one shloka from Bhagavad-gita which describes the reason for Krishna's descent?
okay
भवेस्मिन् क्लेश्यमानानाम् अविद्या कामकर्मभिः श्रवणस्मरणार्हानि करिष्यन्ति केचन
thank you then Soumya Mataji
Thank you Rajit धन्यवाद प्रणाम
कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठति थैंक यू हरे कृष्ण
thank you then Shweta Mataji सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत्
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी सर्वतापणिपादं तं सर्वतापणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वता श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठति
चरिता Mataji
हरे कृष्ण दंडवत प्रभु जी सर्वतः पद पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतः शिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् आवर्त्य तिष्ठति
next
सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम
next
सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतो शिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
thank you next Pampa Mataji
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतो शिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठते दंडवत प्रणाम हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
next Kamakshi Kartik
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी सर्वदा पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति हरे
okay
कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Hari we will conclude here others can recite on their own at their homes thank you very much Hare Krishna